Gonna be a quick one. Got some things to cover and get your questions answered at the end. If you guys have some, let's get into it right now. All right, so let me cover a few of the items for the week. Starting out, we've got a new release coming out this week. This is going to be some bug enhancements and a few features. One of those particularly is the AlgoBox functionality. You're going to have a test button now on that chart. So if you want to test the sounds to make sure the sounds are working, we've had a few questions around that. So that is going to be fixed. You'll have some options for that. Some things like the horizontals, we had renamed those to rays. We actually changed the functionality from horizontals to draw all the way across the screen to start at the location where the pivot begins or across, etc., draws over to the right. That is technically a ray, but in renaming those, it kind of messed up some people's global drawing settings. So that is now fixed. So if you were having any problems with global drawing objects, that should be fixed as well. There are a number of others here. Let me make sure. Let's see, big ones on the list. We've got color changes there for your Fabella dots. Those of you guys who were having some issues seeing the red versus green, you'll have the options to do some red, white, and blue. There's a grayscale option, original. There's a few other fun names in there that you guys can play around with that we'll talk about later in the week. And we've got some audio sounds added to the double Bollinger Band Pro for you. Some people are asking about each other tick. We've renamed a few of those and some tooltip text. So again, neat little enhancements. This should be the last one for the year. Crossing fingers, as long as there's not something messed up and we get a bug release that might need to come, but that should be good. And let's talk about a pro tip on your performance. So some people have come and been like, hey, I'm going to go buy a new computer because I'm having performance issues. I want to say before you do that, one of my suggestions is to go into Windows and create a new user profile. Now, I'm not going to walk through how to do that here tonight, but I would encourage you, go onto YouTube and search for how to create a new Windows user profile without a Microsoft account. That last part I think is important. Try to create one without the Microsoft account, which will also allow you to easily skip over the OneDrive connection. As you guys know, if you've been through the performance video, I have told you, hey, make sure you don't install the OneDrive or any other drive syncing utility that will be hitting into your My Documents. That is just going to slow things down on you. And we want to get all the juice out of your PC when the markets are moving swiftly and sending us all that data. We want to be able to process those ticks quickly. So that is a tip I want to talk about here tonight. Also wanted to remind you, some people have asked, hey, why do we need to turn off antivirus? Is there something in your software? Is there nefariousness going on inside your software? Why do you have to turn off AV? We've gotten some of our wonderful trolls and scammers that like to, they can't beat us in trading competitions and they, don't have great trading strategies. So they want to come and go, oh, well, they must have a virus. It is not a virus. I just remind you, if you are a gamer, if you've ever played games, every gamer knows you need to turn off your AV and turn off other things on your PC when you're about to go all in on your game. You don't want anything impacting your frames that are coming to you. So we're doing the same when I'm telling you to turn that stuff off. Again, if you want your machine to run slow or you want your antivirus to constantly be interrupting you, then, feel free to keep your AV on. But yes, I do recommend that suggestion is there for that reason. Like a gamer, get your machine running at its top. Okay. Days of data, 1 versus 3. So out of the box, some of the charts have 3 days of data. Most of them have 1. In general, especially on NQ, on the AlgoBar lower time frames like AlgoBar 1s and 2s, it is critical that you keep that at 1 day of data. Go into the chart, right click it, select data series, and make sure that is selected on 1 day of data. And that will help you with a few of those issues. Now, there's a Sunday video in our room. If you go into the room and type !Sunday, you will get a video that pops up that will tell you about what we do at the beginning of the week, typically on a Sunday, that you may need to change that from 1 day of data to 3. That is the exception there, because on a Sunday, over the weekend, there's no data on Saturday and no data on Sunday. So you might be wondering, hey, how come my charts are not being back populated? So you might need to change that to 3 or 4, depending on whether there was a holiday or if we're just coming all the way back. You want to include the Friday. That's why you put on that 3rd day of data, and that will help you out. So if you're having any issues with some of that, make sure you disconnect from your data feed first, then make that change, and then things should be working smoothly there for you. Okay. Another tip I wanted to talk about here is recording your trades with OBS. So I have mentioned this several times, but I really think it's important for yourself. This really should be a style of trade journaling for yourself. It is so helpful for you to play back your trades. I do it myself. I went back and played the last video I did with you guys on the live stream on Friday, or I think it was the Thursday. That stream, I took a drawdown in the middle there, and I also had my system kind of start to hang up on me on the ones. And I went back and I played back through that again to see, like, was there something I could have done in that section? And I got some ideas around how I could have easily avoided even the middle point drawdown, even though we still pulled off a massive $6,000 or $7,000 trade there at the end. Without that middle drawdown would have been amazing on that profit. Only end up pulling around $2,000 to $3,000 because of the larger drawdown right there in the middle of that day. But going back and looking at that recording is extremely helpful for yourself. Now, also, I would like you to do that so that I can give you feedback as well if you would like it. It's not required, but some people come and ask, hey, I'm struggling. Is there anything you might be able to help me out with? So again, I can't give you specific trading advice. However, if you want to go, hey, Vinny, if this were you, what would you do in this scenario? If I see what you're doing, maybe I can see some things that you might not be seeing yourself. So if you put that in a recording, I don't mind. On a Mentorship Monday, we'll come out here and we will play through your live recording and I will give you some feedback. Now, in order to do that, you want to record it in OBS. And I would like to call attention to a new feature inside of OBS called the replay buffer. So let me show you a screenshot of what that looks like. So right down here, if you are inside of your OBS settings, go under output, and then down here, there is a button that says enable replay buffer. Now you won't see these settings down below until you check this box. So once you check this, then this will open up for you and you'll be able to see the maximum replay time and maximum memory in megabytes down here. Now, you want to play with this depending on how long your trades generally are. You may want to play with maybe a 5-minute to 10-minute buffer, which will mean you don't have to record your entire session. What this allows you to do is, let's imagine that you just took a trade. Now, normally you would have to have gone up and turn on OBS to start, but in this case, you turn on the replay buffer and it's not recording the entire time. You're not going to have to clip up your video as much so that you can get straight to the meat of the trade. Because you know how it is. Sometimes you might need to sit around and wait for trades for a while. This allows you to not have to do that, because with that replay buffer turned on, you can simply go, oh, hey, I just took a trade. That was an awesome trade. And you just finished it out and you're like, oh, well, I wasn't recording. But this time, since it's already been recording in the market replay buffer, you simply click the save replay button, and now that will save a clip of what just occurred. It's been recording there in a buffer for the last 5 minutes, and so it will save a clip of the last maybe 5 minutes, which should include that trade. So now you go into your next trade, and let's say that your next trade was maybe only 5 minutes away from that. You press the button again, it will collect that last 5 minutes, and that will make it easier for you. So we're trying to reduce anything to stop you from doing this, right? Anything that's difficult, it just tends to hinder you from doing it. So I want you to know about that replay buffer. Play with it for yourself. Go check it out and set it to however many minutes you'd like for it to save your clip. And then that's going to save you some time if you're going to put together a video. Now, speaking of putting together a video, some people have asked, hey, what should I use to put together a video? I have become familiar with the DaVinci Resolve product. So DaVinci Resolve has a free version of it. So go out there on, just type into Google and type in download DaVinci Resolve. Current version is 18 as of this date. And there's the free download option there. And if you want all of the neat little features, it's actually relatively inexpensive, only $295 for the full edition of this. And my entire video team uses DaVinci Resolve. All the stuff that we did there for the ICT stuff, all of that was done in that awesome Resolve product. And it makes it very easy to put your clips together. So you can take, like, if you had your 3 trades during a session and there's 3 files, you can grab all 3 files, drop them onto the timeline inside of DaVinci Resolve, and basically immediately hit export. Of course, if you want to play around with it, you want to label them, put some neat little transition slides in between each one, you can obviously do that. However, just as simple as dropping those files onto the timeline, hitting save, and then upload it to YouTube on your own channel, and then drop us a link to that video inside of our vids for review room inside of Discord. If you haven't been into Discord and found that room there, you'll see some of our other members who have posted their own videos there that I have done reviews on in the past on our Mentorship Mondays. I would encourage you to take advantage of that. Again, don't drop the whole file in there, but put it up on YouTube. Again, it's free to do. If you don't have a YouTube account, or if you've never done this before, I promise you it's very easy. Go look up how to do it, upload it to YouTube, grab the link, drop it in there, and then the next Monday, I can come in there and do some review for you. And it's going to be helpful for you too, because you can review it yourself from anywhere. Next one. Finally, I had noticed several things from some of our traders these last few weeks as the market has kind of shifted a little bit. We got some extra volatility, then all of a sudden it kind of quieted down and got a little slow. And so people kind of forgot a few things. I would suggest that you make yourself a wait for it list and put it next to your desk somewhere. All the things that we have said before on wait for it, go through our syllabus if you would like a full listing of things that you might want to wait for. There are many of those that we've gone over in our videos. Hopefully you've taken those in your notes, but make your own. Later this week, I'm going to go through and kind of do a video specifically on this topic. So I'm not going to go over it too much here tonight, but there's a list. And I would say the very first one that you should assign and make sure you at least wait for an impulse leg. Okay. I see a lot of people just kind of jumping into any setup that shows up, and that it was very easy for me to help someone just basically like, hey, did you wait for an impulse leg? Remember, impulse legs are what get everybody excited. It's what gets everybody looking. It's going to be much easier for you to determine what the retail side of the market is doing, which we want to play the opposite side of. Those crosses that come in are going to become more valuable to you as you wait for an impulse leg at least. And of course, some other items on that list, very important ones, I would say would be the masher, another very easy, straightforward one to wait for. You guys should know about double delta, and I won't go through the rest of the list there, but those are some things that before you start executing on your trades, please make sure and go over those. Where's that unfiled? Okay. And I talked about that, making it easier for you to see trapped traders. So this leads me to the end here. I wanted to keep this nice and short tonight here, and I'm going to open it up for questions. You guys have questions there in the live chat, pop it on over there. Okay, for right now, I don't see any questions, so hopefully that means I covered things well. I will take one note to bring up the video that I released last night that addresses the syllabus. So let me pull this over from the AlgoBox official channel. Let me shrink this up here enough for us to easily get to here. Okay, so let's go into our video section here. And maybe I expand this out. All right, here we go. What's in the syllabus? Go check out this video right here. Some people have been asking, hey, I see some things moving around, and some of the videos that are in the playlist, have been re-released. Yes, in fact, you'll notice that they have kind of been cut up a bit, and some of the extraneous topics, some of me rambling or babbling about something or reiterating something multiple times, we've really tried to cut those down. Give an example, like this one here today is only 16 minutes now. I think this one was originally like 34 minutes. A lot of these should be cut down, And those now have new thumbnails that are easier to read for you to find things on topics, etc. Now, this is still an interim phase. This is not the final phase of where this is going. We will be getting everyone a login on our website, and I also showed all of that in this video. I think you're going to like it. Maybe go check it out so you can see the new website layout, what that's going to look like, as well as how we're going to go through that syllabus and create a video for each of the line items on that syllabus, topic by topic, and we address the documentation section on our website. That is continuing to grow. We have an entire graphic team and documentation team, technical documentation folks who are working on this project. If you would like to, join us on that, we also talked about that in the syllabus. You can send me a direct message if you're interested in joining the crew to help us out with any of those projects. Lots of creative folks in here, and if you feel like you want to hop in the crew with us, would love to have you in the crew. All right, let me check one more time, see if we had any questions. All right, thanks, Swing Theory. He said, so this is a shout out to our graphics team who said, whoever is doing these videos is doing a really good job. Yes, they have been awesome and loving the shorts particularly. And shout out to Eddie. He's been crushing those and just really I'm very jealous. The creativity that these guys are coming up with, just absolutely love it. So we will continue to improve, and the next series of videos won't be live stream style like I typically do out here. They will have PowerPoint slide presentations with some graphics and some things that are also just plain straight to the point, with a lot of the entry strategies, exits, stops, and targets. And then when we have our putting them together videos, we'll spend more time doing those on Mentorship Mondays. Let's see. Half the time on today's is very digestible. Fantastic. All right. Love to hear it. Okay. So I did say, hey, tonight was going to be a short one. We are right here at about 20 minutes and we've got a big week ahead. I'm going to be trying to do as many live streams this week as I can. We've got some busy stuff going on with trying to make these shifts on the website and things. So no guarantees on that. I was not able to get out there and live stream today. But look forward to the beginning of next year. I'm getting in that small account challenge against ICT. Then again, you can never take that guy's word for anything. His word means nothing, but he has claimed that he's going in and he's doing 10K. He's not saying it's a small account, but to me, that's a small account. So I consider it a small account challenge, and I'm going to show you guys every single play all the way through. Give me an excuse to do a small account and destroy an ICT Muppet all at the same time. Oh, come on. Handing this a gift. It's like Christmas already. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out. For me, Pibby, Robbie, Bloodspot, Mod Squad, Curtis, G, and the rest of the gang, I am sitting out the big H-Town. See ya.